Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Sunday, let's jump into our study group for warriors, for my hardcore heads. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Basically on Sunday, I just go through my notes. I study every single day. It's part of a program that I live, that I coach, and that I mentor. And if you want coaching, go to my website. I always drop the link below, or you can find me on social media. So let's just jump into this somewhere. Here's a little practice that I learned earlier in the week, and I thought this was interesting. You can do this for yourself. I don't want to go through it in too much detail. It'll take too long, but I'll lay it out for you. I got this from a Jordan Peterson video, and he was interviewing some Harvard professor that I thought was interesting, although I'm not a huge fan of Harvard. So think about this. This is how to identify what your greatest temptation is. It's not all your temptations, it's just what your greatest temptation is. So think about money, power, pleasure, and fame. Money, power, pleasure, and fame. You have to take one away. Take one away. Money, power, pleasure, and fame. Which one are you taking away? Say if you took away fame. Okay, let's do it again. Money, power, and pleasure. That's what you're left with. You took away fame. Money, power, and pleasure. Take one away. Say you take away power. So now we're left with money and pleasure. Take one away. I mean, that's a tough one. Maybe you took away money. You say money is not so important to me. So it turns out that pleasure amongst this list, pleasure is what you value more than these other three things. And pleasure, since that's what's left, that's what you left. You could have left a different one. You know, we're just hypothetically going through this. That's where your temptation lies, your greatest temptation. And you have to be careful. Be hyper aware that you can be tempted in that realm. Here's an idea. Good taste is an excellent substitute for money. If you don't have a lot of money, nothing wrong with that. You can still have good taste. I got to talk to you married guys out there who are letting your wives buy clothes for you. You got to stop it, man. Stop it. Don't let your wife buy clothes for you. And you might say, well, I don't care how I look. You do. You do care how you look. For all you guys out there that say you don't care how you look, tomorrow, Monday, when you go to work, you're going to wear a pink tutu, you're going to wear tights, and you're going to wear ballet shoes. Oh, you already say, no way. You're laughing, and you say, I ain't wearing that. You do care how you look, you lying bastard. You're a liar. You say a man doesn't care how he looks. You do. Because you won't wear a pink tutu, and I won't either, because I care how I look. I'm not a stupid idiot. So stop lying to yourself. And if your wife is buying you clothes, she's emasculating you. You lazy bum. She's going to put you together and make you look like a clown, make you look like a child, make you look like what she thinks her fantasy is. None of that is acceptable. She will respect you more if you can put yourself together with respect. It's not that she'll just simply respect you if you put yourself together, which she will, because she doesn't want to be your mother. She wants to be your woman. She doesn't want to lead you. She wants to follow you. But it's not just simply that you put yourself together, it's that you put yourself together with respect. This is well-studied stuff. Well, I wrote some of the statistics down. 28% of women say that they've declined to date based on how a man was dressed. 60% of women. A man's taste in clothes is a top deal breaker on why she wouldn't go out with him. 85% of all women say they want a well-dressed man. Remember that ZZ Top song? When a woman is looking for a mate, for a long-term mate selection, for marriage, relationships, she's looking for a high-status attire. She's looking for a guy who's dressed well. So think about your image as an aspect of your visual power, not your visual appeal. Because we're less interested in visual appeal and more interested in personal power and how you come across. Your image is your social status, and it reflects your personal values and who you are. Ask yourself this: are you a weakling or a warrior? Every time you look in the mirror, every time you walk out of the house, are you a child or a man? And there's some personas or archetypes within men's style that you can think about. And you can mix some of these, you can, kind of adopt one of these as your persona, as your image. And it doesn't mean you're changing who you are or playing pretend. We all have many sides to us. And a well-dressed man is put together intentionally. It's thought out. It doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen because your wife did it. So you have the pragmatic man. You have the minimalist. You have the dashing man. You have the old school 1800s guy. You have the country elegance. You have futuristic guy like Neo from the Matrix. You have the dandy. Anybody ever watch that Japanese anime cartoon? Came out years ago. It was called Space Dandy. You should look into that. That's a great show. I love that show. What was another one that came? I used to watch Cowboy Bebop. That was another good one. You can watch both of those. And then the last one on these personas, these archetypes of men's style, is the gentleman. Let's talk a little bit about the gentleman, because some people don't know what it is. I want to talk about what a gentleman is, or was, I should say, 100 years ago. The modern gentleman is really just focused on image. It's almost like a peacock. He's just trying to show off how he looks. The old school gentleman, it's a code of behavior. It's a code of honor. It's a way of being, a lifestyle. So the old school gentleman is a traditional man. It's traditionally masculine. Being a gentleman is tied in with traditional masculinity, and it's an expression of masculinity, a high status masculinity. The gentleman, the old school gentleman, had a value system of doing the right thing. That was important to the gentleman, to always, in every scenario, always do the right thing. The gentleman was honest to the core, to a flaw. He was not going to lie about anything to anyone ever. He wasn't going to live in lies. He was living in truth, seeks truth, strives for truth, promotes truth. The gentleman is extremely individualistic. And don't get that confused with somebody who follows tradition, because you can follow tradition and have a certain affinity towards how things were done without feeling like a conformist. So the gentleman is intensely individualistic. What goes along with being a gentleman is to have good taste and style. Go look at any gentleman ever. Having good taste and style is important to them, and they seek this. They are actively looking at their own style and trying to have nice things, trying to have a nice car, and it's not just expensive. You see, the gentleman loves quality. They love quality. And they seek quality. That's a value to them. Here's a question. Different topic. Have you ever considered that your problems and troubles are a result of how you treat God? It's not just the devil who sabotages with evil. You might be having trouble with your life in all kinds of ways. Misery, suffering, disillusionment, confusion. You may be going nowhere, doing nothing right now. There may be a lot going on for you right now. And have you ever pondered that the reason why is this happening? The reason why is because You've been ignoring God. If you ignore God, he ignores you. Oh, I don't believe in God. Guess what God's saying back? I don't believe in him. Tim? Nah, I don't believe in Tim. That's what he's saying about you, Tim. He don't believe in you because you don't believe in him. Let's move on. Do we have any time? Here's some things, with this, I guess. Here's some things that I don't do. I don't argue with left-wing lunatics or progressives. I don't respond to debate charges of being racist. If somebody is like, you're a racist, think what you want. I will not defend myself. I'll walk away. I'm not going to be running up to them and saying, no, I'm not. You can do that. I'm not doing that. I don't care what you think. Now, this is just me. These are things I don't do. I personally, just me, you can do whatever you want. I don't tolerate homosexuality or transgendered people in my social circle or in my life. I'll interact with them if I'm forced to or whatever, because I'm a regular person in society, but I don't have homosexuals and transgendered people in my friend circle, and you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I believe those things are a sin. I absolutely do. Another thing I don't do is I don't care what liberals, Democrats, or progressives think. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they say. I don't care what their latest politics are. I don't care who they're voting for. I don't care what they're protesting about. I don't want to know. I don't care. And the last thing on my list, I've said this before and I'll say it 1,000 times. I don't listen to Tom Petty. I can't stand Tom Petty. This is something I don't do. You will never hear me listening to Tom Petty. And damn it, Tom Petty is from this area. Ugh. And every radio station plays Tom Petty all the time. I can't stand it. Rotten hell, Tom Petty. Thanks for watching.